This is a really important video to me. Me and my firm represent a ton of people charged with sexual offenses, right? Some of the worst, if not the worst crimes that you can be charged with. And I get asked all the time, how do you do that? Why do you do that? Bury them under the jail, to heck with them, whatever it may be. And I understand. I do. I understand where the public sentiment comes from on those cases. But let me tell you something. A sexual offense is the easiest crime to be falsely accused of. There is rarely any forensic evidence, oftentimes no digital evidence. Many, if not most times, it is a quintessential he said, she said, meaning that someone went to the police, accused you of this, or accused my client of this, and now they've been arrested and they're charged. So why would I help people like that, as people would say? Well, I believe strongly that the government should not be prosecuting people for crimes that they cannot prove and for crimes the person may not have done. And in a world where the public and the government is a powerful, powerful weight over someone's head, there's nothing worse to be accused of falsely than a sexual offense. There's nothing worse to be falsely accused of than breaking that trust that someone had in you, right? And when the state has a good case, they have a good case. But when the state has a bad case and it's a sexual case, the pressure's still on them to prosecute. The pressure's still on them to further investigate, right? And if they believe the person accusing you, they're going to go forward. And there's nothing worse that someone could go to prison for falsely than an offense like this. And if I can keep someone, or if my firm can keep someone from spending their life in prison for a sexual offense that they didn't do, that came up during a divorce or a child custody dispute or whatever it may be, if I can save that person's life from an oppressive government who was pressured in because of the media or an election or whatever it may be, but if I can save somebody's life who was facing life in prison for something they didn't do, I don't care if it's one person a year or one person every 5 years. But if we can save a life where they're not in prison accused of something like that forever, it makes it really worth it to us. I can sleep at night knowing I'm protecting my fellow Georgians from a very, very strong and relentless government, a very, very strong and vicious news cycle, and that there will be somebody who hears their story, who hears why this person made that up about them, and is willing to fight for them tooth and nail, defend them, and make sure that our government is not going unchecked, that somebody is watching the watchers, and that in this country and in this state, you don't go to prison just because somebody pointed the finger at you. You got to have proof. You got to give us the chance to confront the witnesses against us, to present our own evidence, to have a trial, and let us really tell our story of innocence and tell the jury, hey, listen, we understand this sounds bad, because anytime you put those words on the top of the indictment, it sounds bad. But what's worse is a government making that up against somebody, or a person, a fellow citizen, making that up about somebody and trying to send somebody to prison for the rest of their life for that when they didn't do it. And I'll tell you what, I can go to bed easy at night every single day knowing that those people are exactly who I'm fighting for.